Hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of the brand new Netflix, Spenser Confidential. Let's do it. Spenser Confidential is a crime drama mystery from director Peter Berg and Netflix. The film stars Mark Wahlberg, Iliza Shlesinger, Winston Duke, Arkin, Malone, Bokeem Woodbine, Marc Maron, and Hope Olaide Wilson. When two Boston police officers are murdered, ex-cop Spenser teams up with his no-nonsense roommate Hawk to take down criminals. This movie is based on the series of novels by Robert B. Parker, a series of novels I did not know existed. So obviously I will be reviewing the movie on its own merits rather than comparing them. So let's get this out of the way first. This movie is fine. I don't feel like I completely wasted my time, but it's certainly not something I'll ever watch again or probably even remember next week. Now, this is the fifth time that Mark has worked with Peter Berg, the last time being 2018's Mile 22, a movie that I did not care for. I will say I enjoyed this movie more than that movie, but that is not really saying all that much. Now, like he is in a lot of movies, Mark Wahlberg in this movie is very... what's the word? He's very Mark Wahlberg. He takes a very Mark Wahlberg approach to the character, and you just know that Peter Berg was making the movie going, get me a Mark Wahlberg type. Obviously I'm joking around, but again, he's fine in the movie. He's just very Mark Wahlberg. Arkin is hilarious in the film. I love that man. And I thought Iliza Shlesinger was decent, although her Boston accent comes and goes. Sometimes it's like really strong. It was a little weird. But the standout for me was totally Winston Duke. The dude is huge, but his character is really a teddy bear. And he's got a scene with a kid that was actually really touching. And I thought Malone was actually pretty good for the small role that he had. Now, this movie doesn't have the swagger of, say, something like a Guy Ritchie flick, but it does have a sense of style all of its own, and I liked that about it. And the soundtrack is really killer. Lots of great funk and soul with a little bit of rock thrown in for good measure. I dug it. All of that said, this movie has a lot of pretty big logic problems. I don't go out looking for these things, and when I see them, I often can sort of look past them. But some of these just stood out so hard, I couldn't not make a note. Like this guy who's not a cop can just walk into a crime scene and nobody says anything. Like, really? There's a lot of stuff like that in this movie. And the dialogue is not so hot. I've certainly heard worse dialogue in other movies, but there were a bunch of moments in this flick where I was like, that's not how people talk. The movie also tries to bring in a whole bunch of humor, some of which, to its credit, really did work for me. I had a couple of really good laughs, but some of it really doesn't work. It's got a very almost slapstick kind of feel, and it feels like it's from a completely different film. And I will say there was a lot less action in the movie than I was expecting. It's mostly just a handful of fist fights, which were shot and choreographed pretty well, I guess. I mean, I was able to follow what was happening, so that's always a plus. As I said, Spenser Confidential is fine. I don't think you need to be in a rush to see it, but if you're looking for an easy way to kill a couple hours, you could certainly do worse. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to give Spenser Confidential. And I think I'm going to give Spenser Confidential a...
We might get Mark to plant a celebrity tree.
How fabulous. Getting Mark to take time from his busy pants-dropping schedule to plant trees.
Out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen Spenser Confidential? What did you think about it? What is your favorite sort of private investigator movie of all time? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.